Yes, nobody's here. Okay, yeah. Okay. You both said hello, Rafiat. Good evening. I'm going to start immediately. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Prudence. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome to this Q&A live session. My name is Bisola Badejo. Good evening, Ini. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Oluwadara. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining early. I'm going to be beginning immediately. Hi, Lolade. Hi, Gift. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Hi, Victoria. Good evening. Thank you, Rafiat. Thank you for the compliment. Good evening. How are we? This is a Q&A session for the last live video that I shared, which was 3 hacks to organize your life. And I got a lot of feedback, both physically, especially from people that I know physically that approached me and said the video changed their life. So I want to know, I want to hear from you in the comment section today. How have you applied that video? In the 2 weeks that I shared it, have you created structure? Have you even tried it? Do you meet any hiccups? Do you meet any challenges in trying to implement the structure that you created? Let me know. Just let me know what your experience is. A few people reached out to me. Some told me that um, it helped them to be able to prioritize some of the activities that they have. One particular person told me that she realized that everything she had been doing in her daily life was just focusing on her career. She did not have time for her personal development goals. Like she had not created time to work on those goals. So every day she goes to work 9 to 5, she gets home, she's tired. She has not particularly made efforts to work on her personal development goals. And that video helped her to kind of readjust and evaluate her life. Another person told me that they implemented it, but things might get in the way of the calendar. So let's say they scheduled some time periods, but let's say at work, someone else gives them job and it just scatters all their plans. How do they navigate? So that question was really important, and I decided that I'm going to do a video teaching you how to deal with pressure coming from different directions. But today's live show is about questions that people sent me ahead of this show. I sent a link for people to send questions ahead of this show for for me to answer this evening. If you still have questions, I have 3 questions here. If you still have questions, you can write them in the comment section. Or I had more than 3, but I picked some because of time and because of how relatable they were to the live. I'm not answering questions on every area of my life. That's not the purpose of the live show. When I'm asking questions about my life, I will say so that you can ask questions about my life. So I just picked questions that were relating to the live show. So if you have more questions, you can type them in the comment section. Also, I'm going to be announcing 5 winners today. 5 winners of 10,000 naira each on Microvest. So if you know anybody that downloaded the app, if you downloaded the app, if you have not downloaded the app, do so before the next video. And if you have downloaded the app or you know anyone that downloaded the app, tell them to join this YouTube live now. Now, finally, if you know anyone that will benefit from this live session, share the link and let them join now. Also, if you're here and you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now. Thank you once again and welcome to my video podcast series. My name is Bisola Badejo, like you all know, and I'm going to be your favorite value life coach on YouTube. That's my plan. And I think I'm getting there, and I have a lot more to share with you. Trust me, you're not going to regret following, subscribing, listening. It's never going to be a waste of your time. So today, let's go. The first question is about mastering your trade. I said I'm going to answer this because I think I get this a lot. The person says, I have two tangible skills, baking and fashion design. I do well in both. In a world that asks us to niche down, how can I merge these two and grow into profitability? So first of all, I want you to know, and I'm still going to teach it in the video of people pulling you from different directions. That is not everything that is a skill that you must monetize. You can do some things as a hobby. It's okay. And then you can also do it in phases. You don't have to monetize them at once. You can focus on baking, set it up. When it's set up well, then go into fashion designing. Now, how do you know which one to pick first? That's what I'm going to let you know now. So, which one are you really good in? Which one are you an expert skill in? That people will pay you good money for. Is it baking or fashion design? That's the first thing you consider. Second, if you are not an expert skill on anyone, which one can you learn the fastest? That you can improve the fastest on? I think it's baking before fashion designing. So for me, I'll pick baking first, improve the fastest on baking, establish a name on baking, establish a brand on baking, then move into fashion designing. So the first thing I said is to determine the one you are very good at. Focus on that one first before you go to the next one. Then second, if you are not very good at any one, then pick the one that is the easiest to learn. I think that is baking. It is easier to establish yourself in baking than fashion design because people will eat food before they will trust you to sew their clothes. Do you understand? People will actually eat your food before they will trust you. Me personally, even if you're my family member and you come and make me exactly a fashion design brand, if you have not shown track record, I won't give you my, because I've been beaten before. I've been beaten. But baking, max, what will happen? The cake will not be sweet. And you will get better. People easily forgive mistakes in things like that than in clothes. So you should also know that's second. Three, you can ask people around you. Do you understand? Ask people around you. Which one do you think I'm better at? Get feedback from people that really love you. They're not beefing you. These are people that really love you and want your best interest at heart. Ask them. Get feedback from them. Ask them, which one should I focus on? And then weigh all this together. So the first thing I said is that you don't need to do everything and make it a profitalize it. You can have things as hobbies. You don't have to make a profit out of everything. Do you understand? So what you need to do is that first. Then second, I said, know the one you are best at. Focus on that. You can do it in phases. You don't have to do it at the same time. Third, if you are not good at anyone, pick the one that you can learn the fastest. And I feel that is baking because I'm answering this person question, but you can apply it if it applies to you. Fourth, find out which one people are more easy to forgive. So I gave the example, I would rather test a new baker than test a new tailor. Do you understand? I would rather test a new, maybe, house cleaner than test a new hairdresser. You get my point? So which one are people going to forgive easily? Pick that one first and build a brand on it. Then when you've now done that, you can now focus on second. But if you want to do the two at once, it's not impossible. Then you've gotten to a point where you can delegate. You can, if you are a baker, you can have an assistant if you have the resources. You can have someone that takes orders on social media. You can have an assistant that bakes and all you do is decorate. I have a friend that runs a business like that. She has assistants that bakes and she just decorates and she sends the cakes out. If you want to do the two, you can have if you are a fashion designer, you can design your clothes and get apprentice tailors to sew. And then you do QA, quality control, QC. Do you understand? But most importantly, talk to people that have gone ahead of you. Look for someone that is doing baking well now and ask the person for advice. Look for someone that is doing fashion designing well now and ask the person for advice. That is how you can grow into profitability and match these two skills. I hope I've been able to answer your question. So I'm going to go into the comment section now before I get to the second question. Lolade said she was responding to the last video. She said, I implemented it that very day. Now I look at my to-do list the night before and I wake up enthusiastic and ready to conquer the day. That's amazing, Lolade. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I want you to know that sometimes will come when you will not be so excited. Trust me. It happens to me. Like you don't wake up every day motivated. On those days, forgive yourself. Do you understand? Forgive yourself and move on with life. Then next is Inioluwa Oni. Inioluwa says it has helped me to simplify my to-do list better and give a realistic time frame for each task. That's very amazing because many of us give ourselves too much of too little time to do one task. We try to cram too many things into a day and then we end up doing nothing. So that's a good response. Prudence, I've seen your question and I will answer it. So now I'm going to the next question. This person asked me a question, but I'm going to reveal the context to you. The person says, may you please share tips for proper planning as the CEO of a ministry. So my day job is CEO of CCI, and that's the reason why I actually did that video. That video is the hack to my life. That's how I plan my life. Trust me, if you're not on my calendar for the day, I may not fix it. I may not do what you're doing. I may not do what you're asking me to do. The next video I'm going to do is about productivity, about not allowing different people pull you in different directions. I'm coming at productivity from a stakeholder perspective because everybody comes at productivity from a you perspective. But the truth is, in this generation, we realize that our productivity is actually affected by people around us. You would have set out on a day to do something, and then different people now come and pull you in different directions, and then you find out you're not doing anything. So that's what the next video is about. So just wait the next 2 weeks. I would answer this question in detail and tell you how I do it for myself. But to answer this question now, first of all, you must plan. And the calendar that I shared to you, I have mine. That's how I plan my life. I have that, and I have a notepad that I use to list out the things I want to do that day. Then I have people that can interrupt. There are some people that cannot interrupt my to-do list, but there are people that can interrupt my to-do list. My boss can interrupt my to-do list. My husband can interrupt my to-do list. My mother can, dependent on what she's asking me to do. Do you understand? So you should have that kind of prioritization. After you've done your to-do list, who are the people that can interrupt it? And why? These are people that have high influence and high power in your life. That's what you should. Those are your highest priority stakeholders. High influence and high power. You have 4 different kinds of stakeholders. You have the ones that have high power and high influence. High power and high influence are somebody like your pastors. My pastor is my boss. So he has high power and high influence in my life. Do you understand? So then you have my husband has high power and high influence in my life. Now you have people that have low power, high influence. My mom has high power, high influence. Now, you have people that have low power, high influence, people like your friends. Your friends cannot beat you, your friends cannot sack you, your friends cannot be angry with you if you don't do their work, but they have high influence. So you can explain to them that this and this and this and this is what is going on. I love you, I'll get to it later. Now, there are people that have high power, low influence. These are people like maybe your bosses in the office. They have high power, but you don't really have any, what will I call it? You don't have a personal relationship with them. So because they have high power, you also have to prioritize their work. You can't explain to them. You must find a way to do it. Now, there are those that have low power, low influence. Those are little people that you really might not care about. They should be the bottom of your list. So that is how you prioritize people interrupting your schedule. I hope I've been able to answer your question. So first is to have a plan. Second is to stick to the plan. Third is to prioritize those who can interrupt your schedule. So I will answer this question more in-depthly in the next video. I think I've also answered Prudence's question. Prudence, if you are still online, let me know. Because Prudence's question says, in scheduling your work packages at specific times, how do you put into consideration possible time disruptors, such as bus times, minor activities like washing plates or other unplanned circumstances? Okay, I'm going to answer this question because I think many people don't still know how to plan. So first of all, what time do you enter the bus? Don't plan Bible study when you enter the bus. Do you understand? You can even plan Netflix. You know I schedule Netflix. I schedule Netflix for Sunday night. Plan Netflix when you're in the bus. Do you understand? Plan things that don't need too much concentration. Plan when you wash plates. You know your food times. I plan cooking. I plan breakfast. because I'm very busy, but I have to cook. So when I was in Abuja, it was easy for me to have a chef. In Lagos, I've not gotten a chef, and I don't know if I'm going to get. But now I have to plan cooking into my schedule. If not, I will not eat. My husband will not eat, and we will be eating takeout, and money will finish in this in this bad economy that fuel is now. Fuel is how much? You will now be eating takeout morning, afternoon, night. It's not even possible. So I had to plan cooking. So plan your schedule to that little detail. You know when you have dinner, so add your washing plate to it. Don't make your calendar so choked up that it cannot be flexible. Do you understand? And if there are things that you should drop them. When I'm teaching productivity, I'll teach you balance. Balance is a myth, it does not exist. You have to drop some things and prioritize some things. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Prudence. Now, the last question here is, how can I balance schooling and working and also be firm in my spiritual life? It seems impossible these days. My dear, this is it. Wake up to pray. Wake up to pray. Do you understand? That's the first thing. Wake up to pray. Wake up to pray. So, what I do is I set an alarm. 6 a.m. I wake up and I pray. The days when I don't, I find that I can't pray again. Once it's 9 a.m. like this, my day is moving. If I've not had my bath by 9 a.m., it might be very difficult for me because people will be calling me from here, sending messages from here. Do you guys, work will begin to move fast. Do you understand? So know your time. So for some people, when work start moving fast for you is 8 a.m. For me, it's 9 a.m. So wake up to pray and don't be wicked on yourself. Let me tell you what I do. I do 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So I do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes by 12, 30 minutes by 6, and 15 minutes before I go to bed. That's how I pray. I don't have the luxury of time to pray hours on stretch, except I'm going on a retreat or on Saturday. So do it for yourself. It's your own 15 minutes. Can you give yourself 15 minutes every 3 hours to pray? Then do that. Do you understand? So understand your time and plan. You must have a structure to your spiritual life. If you don't, you will not do it. So set an alarm. The first thing I do when I wake up is I want to pray for 15 minutes. You put it in your heart. I must pray for 15 minutes every day. I must speak to God first. Don't waste if you not set the time, don't waste it pressing your phone. I know it can happen. Me, I'll set time before and then I will wake up. I will press my phone. I find that I've pressed my phone for 15 minutes. 15 minutes of the time myself for prayer has gone. Do you understand? So make sure that when you wake up to pray. 1. 2, for Bible study. There was a time that I was so busy. I think you will see it in that video. My Bible studies were split. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I do it in the morning. Tuesday and Thursdays, I do it in the evening. For you might not actually do Bible study every day. You can do Bible study 2 days in a week and then listen to an audio Bible for the remaining days. Do you understand? You can play sermons on the go. Have sermons on your phone. Plug your earbuds and play sermons on the go. Do you know that you can play sermons on your phone and be taking notes on your phone as you are moving? If you are in the bus, you are playing sermon and you are taking notes. You study the Bible that day. Do you understand? So pick what works best for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So look at your schedule. I don't want to get to the point where I start doing personal one-on-one, looking at your schedule and arranging, because I'm going to do that. I will charge heavily for it. But I think you can look at your schedule and see what works for you. So can I read my Bible on Monday, or even if it's Saturdays only, that I can sit down and spend 2 hours reading my Bible? What can I do during the week? On Monday, I can listen to a sermon. When I'm in the bus, when I'm in transit, I'm listening to a sermon on my phone and I'm taking notes from that sermon. I'm not distracted in transit. Do you understand? So another thing we do is, I think as Christians, we like to beat ourselves down. It's the works mindset. We want to always do better. While it is not a bad thing, it can also stop you from even making progress. Because I want you to know one thing, that the will and the intention to even want to read your Bible and pray more is from God. And that in itself is a good thing. You must never despise it. The want alone, the day you stop wanting, that's the day I know you have a problem. The fact that you even want to is commendable. It means that the Spirit of God is at work, living and active in you. So you can, And God is not, his relationship with you is not based on how much you read your Bible or how much you pray. It is for your benefit, yes, but you must not have a performance mindset about your devotion. It should come from a place of delight and duty. God does not want you to kill yourself. Work your schedule into it. Do you understand? Create an atmosphere of devotion. Play sermons. Listen to music in such a way that you are not removing completely God from your life. Do you understand? Infuse your devotion into your life. Infuse it. Listen to sermons in the office. Put it in your ear. Listen to sermons as you walk. Listen to sermon in the bus. You get? Listen to sermon in the bus. Take the notes on your phone. If I could share my screen, I will show you my notes, my Bible notes are on quick notes on my iPad. You know how quick notes come? You can just flick the right of the screen and quickly write. But many of us think we need a ceremony to read the Bible. 4 journals, 7 highlighters, three different translations. So, and because of that, when you do that, you now have you can't read the Bible again. You've put too much ceremony in it. If it is Saturday, if it's Friday night and Saturday that you can do that, plan it and never miss it. But during the days of the week, ensure that you have an atmosphere of devotion. Say that every day in the bus, I will listen to one sermon. All those 4 hours that you are spending in BRT, from Island to Ikorodu, you will have listened to 3 different sermons and written notes on them. Do you understand? Listen to sermons, write the notes, read the Bible. Do you understand? Then on Friday or Saturday, when you can now review, go back and look at the sermons you've read that week. Do you understand? Read the Bible. Do you get my point? As you grow in your life, when you have the luxury of time, right now you are young, your time belongs to someone. Do you understand? But when you are working for someone, your time belongs to your boss. You can listen to sermons at work. But when you grow and you have the luxury of time, you can now adjust your sermon. What do you think pregnant women do when they have morning sickness and they can't read their Bible? They can't even stand up for the bed. Do you think God hates them in those periods? God does not hate them then. They are still his children. Many of them will listen to music, listen to sermon. Do you think their devotion life is not strong then? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do not have a performance mindset about it, but you must set a structure and stick to it. That's it. You must not have a performance mindset about it, but you must set a structure and stick to it. So I hope I've been able to answer your questions about balancing schoolwork and your spiritual life. So I don't know if there are still any questions. I'm trying to look to the comment section. If there are any questions in the I can see people are encouraged. Don't see there. Read your Bible. Read it. Set a structure. If it's 2 days a week, if it's 4 days a week, that you will sit down and do correct Bible study. Chapter. Do you understand? But there's audio Bible. Download audio Bible and listen to it in the car. Do you understand? Have a playlist of audio. So let's say it's Genesis 1 you want to listen to this week. Play Genesis 1 throughout. By the time you listen to Genesis 1 from Monday to Friday, you memorize it by Friday. Trust me. Do you understand? So have a structure and stick to it. Stick to a structure that works for you. Create an atmosphere of devotion. Don't create a ceremony around Bible study. Use 4 devotionals, 6 highlighters, 7 journals, 5 different translations. You spread everything on the bed. If you've not, because of that now, you can't read your Bible. You've created bureaucracy around your Bible reading. But you can read Novo on your phone. You can read Novo on your iPad. Read your Bible on your phone. Do you understand? You can be a workman. If I show you my tekata, if I show you my U-Bible, you will see notes in different places. I wish I could share my screen. You will see on my phone. Do you get? And you know the reason I even started doing it on my phone? Because I realized that I was misplacing journals. I would have written so many Bible study. The journal will misplace. I can't find it. But on my iPad, it's there for life. So please create a structure that works for you. Don't deceive yourself. You're only deceiving yourself. You're not deceiving anybody. Don't take picture of Bible and mug and journal for the gram. And it's only once in 3 months that you've read your Bible. Don't deceive yourself. You are only deceiving yourself. You are not deceiving anybody. Mhm. So I think that's basically all the questions I have for today. Thank you all for joining. I want to call the winners. So I have 5 winners to announce today. I'm going to actually see if I can call people that joined the live, if any of you downloaded the app. So that's what I'm going to do, really. So may few. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I have anyone that joined in. I think Ruth is here. I think I saw Ruth. Okay, no. Sorry. Okay, let me carry my iPad. um, uh, I don't see anybody here that I can call. So I'm just going to call names. If you know any of them, you can reach out to them. So I'm calling 2 people from this list. Gloria Okeson and Oluwatosin Lemo. You have both won 10,000 naira to be added to your wallet. I'm so excited for you. Gloria Okeson and Oluwatosin Lemo. Please, I will reach out to you. I think your information will be on the app. So I will reach out to you so that you can claim your prize. Now, there's another set of 3 people that I'm going to call. Yes. So, I'm going to call 3 people. 3 people. Let me see if there's anyone on the... Nobody. Nobody on the live here. Okay, I will see the question about concentration. I will answer that. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it. I would answer the question on concentration. So let me call the 3 winners. I'm giving Ruth Bolaji, Omotola Ogini, and Otunla Abisola. Ruth Bolaji, Omotola Ogini, and Otunla Abisola. You've also won 10,000 naira each. Now to the question on concentration. It says, can you speak on concentration? I find that after 2 hours of travel time, it takes time for me to concentrate again. 2 hours is enough. Do you know? 2 hours is enough. I can't even concentrate on something about 2 hours. If you have 2 hours concentration time, you are very strong. Go. You mean you can concentrate on something for 2 hours? See, and your mind will not wonder. You are trained. 2 hours is enough. Do you understand? So, see, there's this rule. I don't know what the name of the rule is. I've forgotten the name of the rule, but it says that it's a way to manage time and to be more effective for people that have short time span. It says you should break the time into 20 minutes. So once you work for 20 minutes, take a break, then come back again. Work for another 20 minutes, take a break, then come back again. So you can break your time into that. You can know yourself. If you know that by 15 minutes your mind has gone, do 15 minutes work, 10 minutes break. 15 minutes work, 10 minutes break. But you must ensure that when it's time for break, you put off what you are doing. I mean, you come when your break is over, you come back to the work. That's the first thing on how to handle concentration. The second is this. Have you noticed that concentration problem does not come during exam? You read the exam and you be there. If you need to put your leg inside water to pass and read, you put your leg inside water and read, right? You need to do that. So if what you are doing is quite important, pull yourself back. When you get distracted when you're reading for your exam, what do? You pull yourself back. You say, I cannot sleep. You stand up. You walk around. Do you understand me? So you to do that. Sometimes when I'm praying for long, I find that my mind wanders. And what happens to me is this. When I start praying, prayer used to help me organize my thoughts because I'm a very busy person. So I begin to now remember all the things that I've not done. It always happens during the first 30 minutes of my prayer. And one of my pastors taught me something. He said that it's normal. Prayer helps you to do that. What you need to do is push through that point. Do you understand? You can begin to write those things down, but push through the point. Just keep praying. Just keep praying. You can write them down as they come, but don't be tempted to start doing them. Just write them down and keep praying. Thank you. Ogochukwu calls it Pomodoro technique, the break time technique that I mentioned. It's called the Pomodoro technique, so you can research on it more. So push through the distraction and do it. If you know that thing is important to you, push through the distraction. If you want to sleep at work and you have a presentation that is pending, you will chew gum, you will lick sweets, do that. Push through the distraction. But if 2 hours is your concentration time, my dear, 2 hours is enough. In fact, if you work for 2 hours without a break, you have headache. If you are looking at the screen continuously for 2 hours, you have headache. You need to stand up, stretch, drink water. If you use an Apple Watch, you notice the Apple Watch is to remind you it's time to take a break. It's time to take a break because human beings are not supposed to sit down for 8 to 9 hours without movement. It's not even good for your health. Ergonomically and safety wise, it's not good for your health. So give yourself the benefit of the doubt. So I've given you hacks on how to harness your concentration, right? So, but I want you to know that you're not even supposed to work for hours straight without taking a break. You should take a break. A break is necessary. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. I don't think we have any more questions. Thank you all for joining today. I'm so excited. Victor Ode. Victor, thank you for joining. I think Victor was on the list. I'll see Sha. Oluwadara, thank you for joining. Ini, thank you for joining. Ogochukwu, thank you for joining. Lolade, Rachel, Gift.
Are we still live?
Yes, I think we're still live. Are we still live?
Can you check it out now?
Okay. Hi, can you hear me? I'm so sorry. Let me tell you what happened. Are you here? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Put comments in the comment section. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. So what happened was my time limit came in. So I have a time limit for all social media apps on my phone, and I forgot to deactivate it, and so it interrupted the stream. So so I'm sorry. I was actually about to sign up. I'm done. I was just talking about the next video. It's about productivity, managing stakeholders, having a life balance, and still being productive. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining my YouTube live once again. My name is Bisola Badejo, and it's my aim to be your number one life coach. Thank you and have a good day.